know that nonsense never stops.
Saints are 1-0. The game MVP was my son Max for screaming like a maniac the entire game and for remembering all 4 of the patrons' names who said hello at the airport while I was trying to get through security. Let's celebrate a Victory Tuesday. Thomas, hit that music.
Welcome to the award-winning Saints Happy Hour podcast. Seriously, this podcast has won awards. American standards are dropping every day. The show features Ralph, the best host in the world, who can barely pronounce his own name, much less anyone else's.
Marcus Callaway.
Dave is that dude who loves taking bathroom breaks. He's mad about almost anything, so make sure to lower your volume when he speaks.
Put that freaking clown meme back up that I made. Jesus Christ.
Andrew has sources, watches tapes, and knows football. He rarely shows up on time and wants to commit crimes to help the Saints win.
Sean Payton would have done illegal things. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because you know it's true.
Oh, and there's also Kevin, who is great at doing mock drafts, but struggles to actually watch Saints games or have a functioning relationship.
Budrich wants to know how the doctor's doing.
That ended.
Anyway, grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy the insanity.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. As always, we're presented by Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. I'm Ralph Marlboro. I'm joined by Dave and Andrew. Also, hello to everybody watching on the live stream on Twitch right now. I can see Romeo, Nola Fredo, Jerry, and more in the chat. Thomas, you giving everybody their own soundboard, that was the worst idea since the Saints traded up for Marcus Davenport. You have made a grave mistake. Tonight we're going to recap this.
Stupid.
It is.
Wake up.
We're going to recap the Saints' big win, talk about the great defense, let Juge have another victory lap. He's been insufferable for 2 days. It's the triumphant return of Dave's baby, the hotline. Yes. And we'll wrap things up with the mailbag questions and week 2 Panthers Saints game picks. Thanks to the patrons I met at the New Orleans airport Sunday, by the way. Chris, Ryan were especially kind as I tried to navigate security with my son, just saying, where's my beignets? Where's my beignets? Where's my beignets?
Making it rain.
Thanks to Ryan for letting us cut in line at Cafe Du Monde. Appreciate it, man. Before we start, remember to subscribe to Saints Happy Hour wherever you get your podcast. And I also mentioned about our MVP contest. We have the season MVP contest now. Jerry at JLD Hot Sauces and Knives, he gave me a custom-made knife, which I don't have. I forgot to get my wife to make a picture of it, but trust me, it's awesome. I'll get Thomas to put pictures on the Twitter, social media, and in Discord. It's custom made. It's got the Saints Happy Hour logo. We're gonna raffle that bad boy off at the end of the season. So you get to be MVP. You get in, and anybody that donates during the year, they get entered into a raffle for a swag box and a Saints Happy Hour t-shirt. But remember, if we reach $100 in donation, that means that I will drink from the mini bar of death. Thanks to a bunch of people that have sent me boxes of stuff, of liquor. It's amazing. I got a ton. The mini bar, Dave, was getting low. So that was bad. But I got tonight, I got bottles. I got blueberry Irish cream from my friend Brian, who I'll quote this, Dave, and he said, quote unquote, I found it under my parents' sink.
It makes me awful. That's my favorite. Blueberry and cream. Nothing goes together better than that.
And I don't even know what mead is, but he gave me that.
It's like what they drank in like
mead is
times.
the same shit that Nikolai sent us. Yeah, basically.
It's probably
I got the gold Saints Happy Hour puke bucket in case things go
ye old puke bucket.
Ye old puke bucket if things go really, really wrong. Thomas, do we have an MVP leader yet? Come on, people, get it together.
We do. We are at 11%. The leader is Romeo with 500 bits.
Thank you, Romeo.
Tied with him, Frudat Golfer with 500 bits. And thanks to
shout out to Romeo, by the way. His Romeo always gets amazing airtime
on game day. Like the amount of camera shots that he gets. I noticed that this time he was standing next to Whistle Monster, which made him especially, TV friendly.
They always sit together.
They always do. But like, I felt like the shots that he got in this game was off the charts. I mean, he was on my TV constantly, and I got you
missed me and my son. My son and I were on for a split second there. We're behind. Behind Cyborg Saint. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
So,
but my son met a year ago, almost exactly a year ago. He met Romeo. We met him outside of the Georgia Dome. Or whatever it's called now, the Megatron's asshole, whatever. But we went to the Falcons game in Atlanta exactly a year ago, week 1. And my son met Romeo, and I was trying to explain to my son, like, you don't understand. Like, this guy dresses up as the Pope. He goes to the Saints game. He's a legend. He like
Mount
wears
Rushmore
the thing. Like he's
game day fan.
He's there. He's like wearing the thing. And so Colin, my son, was just like, he's like enamored with it. And so now every time we watch a Saints game and they're playing at home and he sees Romeo on the TV, he's like, he knows him by name. He's like, that's Romeo. He's like, I know that guy. And so like it gives him a connection to the Saints. It's like, Romeo, I know you're listening. Like, you've created that for my son, and it makes him like enjoy game day that much more. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love Romeo. Love Romeo. I don't know if I might dispute your Mount Rushmore
of game day fans.
Yeah,
wow, disrespectful.
I'm just saying.
Well, Whistle Monster's at the top.
Okay, who else? You got
Darth
the
Saint.
Clown.
Darth Saint.
Okay, Darth Saint. You got the Clown.
Nah.
Mac,
you mean the Joker?
No, I mean the Clown.
You mean the Clown, the old dude?
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. Man. Yeah, he's up there.
You got
Romeo 4th, final answer.
You've got what's his face? Well, first of all, you got Unknown Who Dat, also Lock.
Here, oh God, can't stop. My son wants to know, why don't the Saints? He asked me because in English Premier League they do colored smoke. The fans. He says, why when the Saints do the smoke machine, why don't they do more colored smoke?
You know what? I'm gonna pass that along to the tunnel team. So I've got an into the tunnel team. And I'm going to pass that along.
But my son was pumped. We went to the Tampa game last year, and that was the worst possible game to take a 6-year-old to, because the Saints didn't score a freaking touchdown until the game was out of reach. This game was close. It was fun. They kept having he liked the volume meter. He was excited about that. He was screaming so loud, like the people around us were getting annoyed, because every time he saw the voice meter, he thought that the louder he screamed, the higher it would go.
What an idiot.
So he was screaming as loud as he could. So
can we talk about how epic Jimmy Graham's
who dat champ? Just perfect. The Saints.
He was lit.
He was. Yeah.
I mean, that was the biggest contribution he gave all game long.
Wait a minute. But I don't want to get off track. I have one more question though. Going back to super fans, the guy that holds the signs, is that guy a super fan?
No, Romeo's ahead of him.
We might need to do a super fan.
But does he qualify? Does he qualify as a super fan?
Yeah, he does, but he's not Mount. He's a super fan, but he's not on the Mount Rushmore. We might need to have a Mount Rushmore.
Who is that guy? He doesn't even have a name.
This might be our next bracket.
Guy?
It might be.
Yeah.
I was thinking, and F the Eagles girl. She's on there too. She's
iconic.
Or just the bracket would be like iconic Saints fan.
Yeah, they could like contribute. That's a great idea. Thomas, file that one. Thomas, file that away. Okay, so what are we drinking tonight?
This is early. I told you this is not going to end early.
I know. Okay, so I'm drinking tonight. I went to the hardhidestrawberrywhiskey.com site. I'm being healthy tonight, Dave. I'm drinking part-time tea, green tea, lemon juice, a little bit of Sprite, and hard-hide strawberry whiskey.
As long as you've got as much in there as you did last week.
I mean, last week I did 4 Malta boots. Malta boots. This week I did 2 Malta boots.
Good. Way to pace yourself.
It was a rough morning the next day.
Looks like Andrew's not drinking anything.
No, that's not true. I'm drinking some kava.
Oh, okay.
A little
And then
sparkling.
I am drinking. This one's interesting. I'm drinking Citrus Blitz, Urban South,
Oh
New
my
Orleans
God.
footballs.
Thomas, put him in the box.
Nick Underhill's
If we had a-
beer.
That's
Build
one
a-
more
Build
than
a
Nick
penalty
Underhill just
box.
drank.
Build a box. Build a penalty box and put him in it.
Put him in the boo
Jesus.
box. The boo
I'm gonna
box.
mute him for 5 minutes.
Anyway,
New
so I'm drinking
donation
Nick
tier.
Underhill's
Donation tier.
beer. It's actually good. It's Urban. It tastes.
Yeah,
like
if you donate
everything
enough,
Urban.
we'll just mute Dave for half the show.
So
That's true.
the Saints won a football game yesterday that Dennis Allen, Dave, afterwards.
It was actually 2 days ago, but
2 days ago, right? So they won a football game 2 days ago. But afterwards, Dave, Dennis Allen sounds like he knew the 2022 Saints, they would have freaking lost that game. Thomas, play that sound.
Look, I told you last night, okay, I didn't hope we would win that game. I knew we were going to win that game, all right? And look, it's not always going to be exactly how we want it to go, okay? Sometimes we're going to have to dig down deep. You with me? And that's exactly what we did. We dug down deep and we made the plays that we had to make to win the game. That was outstanding. Now, there's a ton of stuff we got to get cleaned up, right? Here's the beautiful thing. We get to clean all the mistakes up, all right? And yet still, when I get done, we're cranking that music up again and we're going to enjoy it. Yeah. You with me?
See, I think, Dave, he needs to make a
done.
Dennis Allen shirt. He says, "You with me" a lot. We need the face of Dennis Allen and "You with me." As
the
like
nipple game is just off the
Can we?
chart.
He is.
Can we enhance
this
on
video.
that, Thomas? Do we have that ability?
Andrew, has Dennis Allen, has he raised the nipple game from Sean Payton, who was elite?
I know.
Like,
I know.
Is there something about
There's a
how
new sheriff in town.
when you're the Saints head coach, like you immediately vault up to bitch tits territory?
I mean, the nipple game is just.
I don't know. It might just be an age thing. I feel like I've gotten a little pointy in my older age myself, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
You're getting stiff.
No, but seriously, Thomas, can you like enhance that? Can we like get a
don't-
screenshot? of that?
Yeah. When my Paris trip pictures were not flattering.
Don't
to
think
me.
that's
I was
a good
like
idea.
I was a B cup. All right. So
Suck on this, bitch.
So the only downside of this win was
There is none.
There was.
There freaking is none. Wrong,
it was
Ralph.
It was the Jude UDFA son dream
That's
season.
the best part.
It's upon us. Go ahead,
It was
Andrew.
miserable.
It
He's
was
texting us
Jude.
in the game.
The sun never sets on the Jewish Empire.
Every single
I'm like,
punt
what's this?
came with
A
the
52-yard punt by Lou Headley inside the
it was
20.
huge.
Oh, what's this?
Right.
A Carl Granderson sack. Oh, what's this? Rashid Shaheed scores a touchdown. This should forever be known as the Juge UDFA game.
The family
I
day.
think
At the
they're going to go
Dome.
16-0 on the backs of all of your undrafted free agents, and I'm going to be miserable. I'm not even going to be able to even enjoy it. They are going to have like the perfect season. The Dolphins are going to have to put away the champagne, and I'm going to be sitting there sobbing in the corner.
The thing is, Ralph, we have these podcasts, these one-on-ones, these dailies, and you're like, you describe the best Saints outcome. Describe like what's the best case scenario in the situation.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that it ever dawned on me that the best possible outcome is the Saints winning and Dave being miserable. And I think that's exactly what's happening here.
This is your dream.
And I've never been more excited.
It's just become an endless loop for that. Just
I'm
you
so
winning
glad
and me losing.
I'm so glad my reception in the Dome went out because Juge I got like 9,000 texts as soon as I walked out of the gate. Just all his children. Just
It was seriously like there was like a 13-minute period there where I was like, sack Carl Granderson, monster punt by Headley, touchdown Shaheed. Like it was like haymakers, one after the other.
Yeah,
it was like watching Tyson box.
In my defense,
low-level scumbag.
In my defense, Lil Jordan Humphrey had a touchdown for Denver.
For Denver.
Well, I'm just saying. I had some good picks too. They're just doing it for a different team.
No, I will say that little sweep to
Will
Tony
Lutz.
Jones for 5 yards, that made me feel good for Kevin.
Yeah.
It was nice of the Saints to give a little attaboy UDFA thing to Kevin.
Have
with a little
the Saints
5-yard sweep? That was nice.
Dave, I was trying to think of, and it ended great. Saints 1-0. It ended great. Have the Saints ever had a worse start to a season opener since you've been watching them? He literally fumbled the opening kickoff. Tennessee recovered. I'm sure they've had worse starts, but at home, that's about as brutal as it gets. They overcame it though.
Yep, they did. Yeah, I know.
By the way, shout out to Big Irv. I think that's
Big Irv.
I'm looking on my phone here. I can barely read this, but he said Andrew needs to actually draft for the Saints.
Budrich is reminding us that we got to do one of my favorite things Sunday. I got to hate watch the Broncos. Lil Jordan played 45 snaps for the Broncos. Lutz misses an extra point and a kick.
And they lost by one.
By one. So we got.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Yes.
Like this.
Troutman was terrible.
You talk, Ralph. You always talk about the Saints doing Saintsy things. This has to be the most un-Saintsy move of all time, where they cut a veteran kicker. They go with a UDFA rookie in Groupie. He makes all his kicks. And the guy they traded away misses an extra point, and the Broncos lose by one.
Yeah.
That is bizarro Saintsy.
I mean, Dave, I saw a tweet. I wish I could give it credits, but they were doing a defense of Dennis Allen, and they're like checking off all his moves. And they're like, he kept Pete Carmichael, who made great adjustments in the second half. He cut the punter. He cut the kicker everybody loved. That came up good. He got rid of the secondary coach who everybody loved. Saints get 3 picks. Like everything Dennis Allen did, he hit on 11 in blackjack and got the face card on Sunday, baby.
Yeah. I like, by the way, that you have a number of Saints special teamers, fatheads on your wall. You got Shaheed, you got Groupie, you got Zach Bond, who blocked a punt.
That's what I was saying. Maybe the patrons in Discord, you could send me, and I have a whole wall. They could send me fatheads and different Saints things to put on here. We could populate it that way. And
I have a quick fantasy update. I know it's kind of been the sun never sets on the Juge Empire podcast so far. So
the sun never sets on the Juge Empire.
So I know we've had a little bit of that so far, but this will make you guys feel a little bit better. The score against my brother-in-law in one league I had was 85-84. I was down by 1 point. And the only thing I had left was Aaron Rodgers, my quarterback.
Jesus.
My odds of winning.
He was on my team too.
I mean,
my odds of winning were 99%.
Yep, same thing.
And he didn't score a point. He blew out his Achilles on like the 4th play.
Yep.
And I lost to my brother-in-law by 1 point.
Same thing.
My quarterback scored 0.
Same exact situation for me.
Yeah, it's Thomas, give us a donation update.
So we are 20%. I think we reached the donation goal for 9 weeks in a row. Is it the week that we break the streak, guys?
No.
What the hell?
No.
But we had a few new donations from Chef Colin 123.
Making it rain.
T1 gift sub for the first time ever, I think. Thanks, man. From Budrich 100 bits with donation message. Shahid just burned another Titans corner, another 100 bits from Budrich, and this time he said Saints played to win the game, something they didn't do last year. Too many try not to lose. Then thanks to Archmage for 200 bits, and just right now to Cookduk for gifting tier 5 gift subs. Thanks, man.
As we wait for Dave,
what's the percentage on Ralph taking somebody to the face?
Now it's 45. I gotta update it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what? Andrew? I got to get up at 4:45 in the morning. Don't. You know what? If we break the streak, it's fine. We can go 1 week. I dare you. I don't need to drink mead or blueberry Irish cream. It's fine. I got to get up at 4:45 in the morning. Which, by the way, everybody, I got to do editing after the show. Talk to Thomas. Berates me, tells me how bad a host I am, reminds me of all the things that I didn't do that I said I was going to do before the show.
I can't think of a better reason to donate.
So
Rob just doesn't want to suffer, guys.
He just asked you not to donate, so make sure you do it.
Yeah. So, guys, as always, we are presented by Hardhide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. Hardhide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey is a strawberry-flavored whiskey blended with aged wheat whiskey, American light whiskey, fresh strawberries from Ponchatoula, Louisiana. It's 86 proof, blended and bottled in New Orleans, Louisiana at the Porch Jam Distillery. Hardhide strawberry whiskey is not for the thin-skinned. You can pick up a bottle wherever fine spirits are sold in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee. To learn more and to find a location to get a bottle near you, go to hardhidestrawberrywhiskey.com. Hardhide Strawberry Whiskey is supporting Saints Happy Hour all football season long, so support the people who support the show. Grab a bottle of Hardhide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey today. It's amazing. And you listen, when they say it's not for the thin skin, when I have to dial it back from 4 multi-boot shots to 2, it's not playing around, but it's delicious. So
this was total happenstance, but I met John, the owner of Hardhide Whiskey, on Saturday at the Tulane game. My buddy Keith, who you met, who took you out to dinner in Houston,
lovely,
Ralph.
love.
I told him
take me out again, Keith.
I told him
I'll put out this time, I promise.
I told him the invitation is still stands. But Keith was actually at the game with him. I didn't know they knew each other. Did you know that they knew each other?
I did not.
Oh, okay. So John was with Keith, and so he introduced me to John. I said, "You got to be kidding me! You just started sponsoring my podcast, so thank you."
So, Derek Carr, considering the beating he took, Andrew.
By the way, one of my friends texted our group chat and was like, "Does Derek Carr wear eyeliner?" And we're like, "Where the hell have you been?
What?
Are you serious? You are now just knowing this?"
That's been a joke for like 5 years.
Since the day he
long
came
before he joined the Saints.
The day he was drafted. That was a joke, man.
I was like, and also it's called a guy liner.
Eyeliner. But Andrew, considering the beating Derek Carr took, he was pretty good. Before you answer that, though, Thomas, play the clip of Derek Carr talking to Andrew's son and talking about what he wanted him to do to win the game. This was pretty awesome. Thomas, play that.
Give me another shot. Be ready if I give you a go route to end this thing. All right? Throw Rashid a go. Yes. Hey, listen to me, Chief. Freaking run. Run.
So it's Carr on 3rd down. Down the sideline, open receiver, Shaheed!
Underthrown.
Oh! Yes! Yes! Ah!
What a huge first down.
Yes! Yes! Yeah! Let's go! Yeah!
I mean, Andy Dalton making that throw. By the way,
no, that was awesome.
He's also not getting pumped like that.
That's true.
Jameis is
getting pumped like that, but it's over the top. It's almost
like how Derek.
Jameis is so excited, or he almost makes you not excited it happened.
By the way, none of that happens if Jameis Winston doesn't sign off on that, because you saw in that clip, Derek is like, "I don't think I'm going to do this shit," and Jameis is like, "Yeah, you got to do that. That's what you got to do." Like if Jameis doesn't give the go ahead for that, none of that happens. Just by the way,
Andy Dalton would have been like, "Bro, check it down, check it." The good for the offense.
Can we trade Jameis to the Jets?
Andrew, the good for the offense, Olave, Thomas. I thought the receiving, considering the changes they made in the second half and the blocking, which we'll get to in a second. I I'm more excited about Carr after that performance than I think I would have been if he would have just torched
David or
Tennessee to the
Derek?
ground. God, Derek. Did I say David?
His name is Derek.
His name is Derek.
I hate you.
I thought he played incredible. I really do. And the interception, we talked about this on the Daily Show, but the interception was unfortunate. But when you think about the number of hits he took,
4 sacks, 9 quarterbacks.
The lack of a running game. What did the Saints average? 2.2 yards per carry.
Yep.
They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't pass protect, and he still found a way to throw for over 300 yards. Again, the interception was unfortunate, but when you look at Tannehill and the way he played, there was pressure in his face the whole game, and he was much worse. And he's a guy that's been to the Pro Bowl, a guy that's been successful throwing the ball around. So I'm encouraged. I said again, I'm repeating myself, but I felt like this was a better performance than Drew Brees' first game with the Saints.
Ooh.
So look, obviously he has a long way to go to mimic what Brees did. He never will. I mean, we'll just go ahead and say that. He will never be Drew Brees. But in game one, as a new quarterback for the Saints, a veteran coming in, he did more in game one than Drew Brees did, in my opinion. And I'm excited to see what's next.
All right. So we can't this is where we need, Kevin's got to get off working nights. This is where I got to play the role of Kevin, because Kevin would have immediately said, we got to look at Drew's first game. And I got to go on Pro Football Reference and do it. Andrew, you aren't kidding. Drew Brees' first game as a Saints quarterback, 16 of 30, 170 yards, 1 touchdown, a dreadful interception. And the Saints, they won, of course, but they won 19-14, and they also kind of
was that the Browns?
That's the Browns, yeah.
I remember that game.
So when you say Derek Carr was better, you're not kidding. Dave,
that offensive line was better, I think.
Yeah, the offensive line, Dave, it was bad. Like Trevor Penning was getting destroyed. It had Charles Brown vibes. I know that's not a question, but we were worried about the offensive line all off season, right? And in the summer. So seeing it Sunday, are you more worried about it, or are you just going to say, they fixed it in the second half, it's going to be fine going forward? What's your thought?
They did fix it. I mean, they got Trevor Penning some help. They started chip blocking and all that kind of stuff and helping out but I would still like our front five to be able to get the job done by themselves a little bit better. It's as far as I'm concerned, that's the big negative coming out of the game on Sunday, and it's
yeah. So like I hear that, Dave, but like at least Derek Carr didn't tear his Achilles. I look at the Jets and like Aaron Rodgers is done for the year.
Well,
their hopes and dreams evaporated in 4 plays.
They ran 4 plays, and every one of those dropbacks, he was running for his life and never had any time.
And I'll take it a step further though to prove your point. We're lucky as shit that Derek Carr isn't out for the year.
One of those shots he got
with the amount of protection that he got or lack thereof. Thank God he's not out for the year.
Andrew, I have a philosophical question, because I wouldn't classify you as like a full-on tape eater, but you watch the tape, you understand it. Here's my question: with all the people that break down the tape, and everybody wants to be a tape expert on the Twitters and the social media, why do the tape experts they get so excited about like new plays, fancy plays like the Saints? Oh, they have Chris Olave in the backfield, and different teams too. They get excited about new fancy offensive plays, but I never see the tape nerds break down. This is what Tennessee did in the first half, and they were murdering Derek Carr. This is what Pete Carmichael did to change it. And this is what they did in the second half. Like, I never see breakdowns like that. Why are tape nerds not fascinated with like in-game adjustments?
Because I think that requires you to watch a game from start to finish, right? Because I think, I mean, this is just my opinion, but I'm answering your question specifically. I think a lot of tape nerds watch one play. Like, you know, there's a lot of times where they're like, okay, I'll screen grab one play and I'll analyze this in a vacuum. But that's not taking everything in context. And I think a lot of times when it's like from start to finish, okay, this is how they're attacking us. How are we going to pivot from that? And what are the adjustments that we're going to make to counteract the fact that our left tackle is getting his ass kicked by Arden Key? That, I mean, if you watch a Saints game, like, we know that as Saints fans, we watch that. Like, our left tackle is out on an island, one-on-one, and Arden Key is repeatedly embarrassing him. So, like, if we want to win this game, like, full stop, something needs to change at left tackle, because the way it's going right now, like, the Saints can't win this way, right? So, but I think it takes watching a game from start to finish. And it's very easy to be like, grab a touchdown play, a big play, and be like, here's what happened on this play, and this linebacker bit on the fake, and then there was this huge touchdown play, and it's a very easy way for you to finger point at one player and be like, this linebacker sucks because he bit on this play, right? But what it doesn't do, like, you really need to watch a game from start to finish to see the chess moves, where an offensive coordinator comes into a game with a game plan, and sometimes the defensive coordinator is like, oh shit, I didn't think about this coming into the game. This was a good idea. They exposed a weakness of ours, and this was a way to leverage one of their strengths. And so at halftime, I've got to make this adjustment to counteract that. And I just don't think, like, Twitter is so bite-sized and it's so real-time, like, it doesn't give you like that extent. And so that's the difference. Like, not to toot my own horn, like you said, I'm an amateur tape watcher. I wouldn't call myself elite, but I think where I'm superior to some people in what I look at is that I watch the Saints constantly. It's all I look at. And so I always view the tape under the microcosm of, this is what the Saints have been doing for 10 weeks. This is what this team brings in that's a challenge. Yeah. And Nick Underhill does this too. But it's different from other tape watchers that are just like, here's the 3 screen grabs, and this is what happened on this play. It's like, it's not taking into context all the buildup leading up to it and everything that happened after.
I mean, to me, the reason I brought it up is, Dave, I just think the Saints, like, they made in-game adjustments where it mattered. And listen, the Saints, you talked about everything going right for the Saints for the start of the year, but Dave, the Saints even got officiating breaks. Like, that was
crazy.
That was a crazy fumble, and it should have been a scoop and a score. And
I know, and they blew the whistle.
Yeah, and they blew the whistle.
We've been on the other end of that before, so
yeah, we have.
I don't feel too bad. And also,
but we've never been on the winning end of it. That's what was weird.
But there are also a lot of other, I think, BS calls in that game that we were on the bad end.
I think
the Olave deep pass. I mean, that was as pass
that was the only time they stopped. That was the only time they stopped Olave.
That was horrendous.
We should have had the ball on like the 3-yard line.
Yeah.
And also, but just going back to what we were talking about earlier, I do just want to say that we were talking about the offensive line. I think it needs to be mentioned. Tennessee has a very good defensive front. I mean, this was not like we were playing, St. Mary's, whatever team. This was a good test. So if this is, one of the better tests, or, one of the better defensive fronts we're going to play, and these guys, this is now 7 games straight that they've stopped, under 100 yards, kept their opponent to.
They're the best run. They're the best run defense.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously that showed we could not get anything done on the ground. Jamal Williams,
nothing.
But so let's just bear that in mind.
Which, I mean, look, they didn't even try.
They really didn't.
Right. No.
Taysom Power was like, what do you have? 4 carries, 3 carries. They didn't even try it. So. I mean, that says something, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wish they would. I wish they would have maybe when they got inside the goal line just a couple times, just mixed Taysom in, just a little bit more. Final thing on the offense before we get to the defense is, Dave, to the point about adjustments that we talked about, Carr. I really liked what they ran to run out the clock. I thought the passing was aggressive, but I liked the cute.
You like the jet sweeps?
I like the jet sweeps. I think that was good. Where they're like, we got to run the ball.
You like them when they work.
Well, no, but I think, yeah, but I mean, I can tell you, I can tell you what I know 100% with 100% certainty that wouldn't have worked as a running play. Tony Jones off tackle into the teeth of that Tennessee defensive line.
Right.
So I like the fact that they rolled the dice a little bit with the jet sweep, which I've seen go very, very badly for the Saints sometimes in games.
Who just donated? Who put us over?
Thomas, who put us over the top?
I think Archimage did, but many people donated at the same time, so I can't give credit to just one person.
It's gotta be the blueberry.
Go ahead and do the blueberry cream.
Gotta be the
so
blueberry
many
cream.
different donations I haven't read already.
I think we
from
can all
Romeo.
agree that the blueberry cream is what Ralph needs to drink.
Oh, and then Hatchet John just casually drops another 2,000 bits.
Oh, that's so Hatchet John is in the lead right now if he drops 2K bits.
I'm going to speak for Hatchet John. Drink the blueberry cream.
Cookdook is in the second place, trailing by 500 bits.
Do you have alcohol with caffeine in it? This smells.
Smell like blueberries?
No. It smells.
You're gonna have to chase that with some strawberry hardhide.
It smells musty, and you know what it smells like? It smells like a damp dish rag. This one is. By
the way, I'm drinking more Mayhem from Nikolai.
Thank you, thank you, Nikolai. I'm gonna drink this. I'm very scared of this. I got the bucket next to me, and I hate you people. We could have broke the streak tonight. It would have been fine. I got to get up at 4:45. It's terrible.
Yeah, everyone wants the blueberry.
4:45 to go down to the government.
Oh,
get the bucket. Get ye old bucket.
Oh, jeez.
Never gets old.
It's bad, huh?
It's
death is patient. It will wait.
Oh shit! Is he about to barf?
Get the bucket, man.
That was bad. It wasn't vomit, but it came back. It came back up, and I had to push it back down. That is bad. Like
it's good you have experience, man.
Like that one was like it just. I think it was it was from my friend Brian, and he said he found it. It was like under his parents' sink or something. Like this one. It looks.
Is there any chance there was dish soap mixed with it, or like dishwasher detergent?
Oh my God! It says on the thing, Thomas. Can you enhance?
Does it have an expiration date?
Yeah. 1986.
No.
Can you enhance on the
expiration
bottom?
date?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Get it closer to the camera, man. Closer
It
to the
says
camera.
The expiration date, Ralph?
Maybe
86?
I think I'm reading that right at the
Put it closer to the camera, man.
Maybe I'm reading that wrong.
That's not the camera, Ralph.
Oh.
Come on, man.
That's not the freaking.
How
There
can I
you go.
enhance it if it's not in the Jesus?
Maybe I can't. Maybe it's
God, you
that would be
suck
crazy.
at this.
Ralph, that would be
Jesus.
That would be
this
like
is your good hand,
years
Ralph.
old. You could die. I would go to the hospital. If that really was from 1986, you should probably go to the hospital.
The camera can't get focused, so
No, yeah, we can't.
Yeah. Well,
holy cow. You look a little worried.
I'm worried now. Like Brian, you better up your tier in a pay. You better up your tier, your patron tier.
Good luck
If
with
Ralph is gonna die, your donation needs to be high.
You might not wake up in the morning at all, Ralph.
Yeah.
The death tier. That was bad. Like I
The
told you,
funeral tier.
the smell of it scared me. Just like no time I'm like, it smells, and I kind of play it up for the camera. Like that smell, it smelled
Like that you had a formaldehyde vibe.
Yeah, no, it smelled like a funeral home. Is what it smelled like. Me.
I could see the headline now. Twitch streamer dies.
The Wicker Man
drinking
says maybe
expired
Ralph
drink.
drinking bottles sent in by strangers was a bad.
1986 expired blueberry cream liqueur.
They're gonna think it's like some idiot 13-year-old. Turns out it's a 45-year-old.
Wicker Man says maybe drinking bottles from stranger was a bad idea. Wicker Man, you sent me a box. I mean,
what's in the box?
What's in the box? That's what you, Thomas. You should get that soundbite. I should open the boxes of people when they send me stuff. I should open them on air, and we can do.
The happy hour has become very unhappy.
I mean, if you don't die from this, I think you're gonna get like a superpower.
Both arms will work. Is that?
You won't be crippled anymore.
Yeah. Nah, I'll still have the bum leg. So, Thomas, we don't need a donation update because we reached the limit. If we,
we got Kevin in the chat. Did you see that?
Do we?
He said the stomach pump tier.
No, this is
You gotta accompany Ralph to the hospital to have his guts pumped.
Oh wow,
that was Kevin. Kevin, hey,
I did see that. Hey,
Kevin, why aren't you on the show, buddy?
How about a donation, buddy?
VIP.
Hey, Kevin, how about a donation A, and B, give us a love update?
How about the stomach pump tier? It's the special Saints Happy Hour experience tier.
You know, Noel Alfredo makes a good point. What if this 1986 liquor grows Ralph a third arm?
Will the arm be
have we
crippled or will
considered
it
that?
work? Will it be crippled or will it work? Because I mean, if it's crippled, I don't want it. But if it works, I mean, I could have two good ones. Oh, Aldi Marina says it's crippled. Of course. Get us $50 more. I'll drink the mead.
Ozman makes a good point that Dave Wilson was the Saints quarterback when that liquor was expired.
Oh my God, the Saints hadn't made the playoffs yet.
All right, are we getting back on track?
Never.
Probably not.
Never.
You know,
Never.
Dave just wants to get back on track because it's time for his baby. Thomas, the hotline is the hotline
is. It time for the hotline?
It is time for the hotline. The hotline.
Already?
Remember,
Okay.
Yeah. Did I miss something in the rundown?
Do we have more Saints stuff to talk about?
Oh yeah, the defense. Oops, sorry. The defense. They had interceptions and sacks and fumbles. It was amazing. I want to start
and
here.
block punts.
And block punt. I want to start here with the defense. The defensive line, Dave, how much of it is the Saints defensive line being good? And how much of it is the Tennessee offensive line is Chiefs?
Well, they lost Peyton Turner, so I don't know how good they're going to be now moving forward.
Stop.
Let's not pretend you were counting on him to be healthy.
I mean, we got.
I was not. Can we? I mean, he's. I don't even set my alarm in the morning. I just set it to Peyton Turner.
He gave us two Aaron Rodgers.
Before we hammer on him too much, I feel like this podcast needs a Marcus Davenport update every week.
Oh yeah, what is that?
Like, is he playing? What's he doing in Minnesota?
Ulrich, look that up.
He did not play.
He didn't play.
He didn't play.
Was he?
Was
he a healthy
injured?
scratch?
He was injured.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yes, he was.
Shocker.
He was injured. So he didn't play. You know, people forgot about old Marcus Davenport because we were so focused on all the Saints that Peyton had accumulated in Denver. But that's a good thing, Thomas. You should have Marcus Davenport, and you should have a week. Like, what does he play? What does he do? Does he get more than half a sack this year? You know, we'll have to see. But Dave, do you feel good about the defensive line? Because Tennessee's offensive line was terrible.
I feel okay. They're fine. They look good. I mean, they look. You know, I don't know. Like Brissy looked pretty good. He was in the backfield a lot. we got to feel good about that. We finally maybe hit on a first-round defensive end draft pick, defensive tackle,
God,
whatever you want.
Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize that I'm doing this, but I'm reading this right now, and this is the most classic Marcus Davenport experience. Like he left for another team, but it is the same shit. I mean, just listen to this. Davenport (parentheses ankle) was a late addition to the injury report this week after getting hurt on Thursday. He was limited in Friday's practice, but the Vikings were hoping he would progress to the point of being available for this game.
Yeah, good luck, Vikings.
He worked out in front of trainers and coaches on Sunday morning, and the decision was made to hold him out. I mean, I dropped the freaking mic, guys.
Look, Sean Payton took a lot of players from the Saints. He didn't take Marcus Davenport. That should be a sign.
I mean,
that is incredible. That is so on brand. It's unbelievable.
The vibes for the Saints and the vibes like around the Saints for like external things that are like Saints related, Dave, are exquisite. Not Marcus Davenport. He leaves, he gets hurt. The only Saints player that did really well was Onyemata. Got a good grade from PFF. That was it. Everybody else.
Lil Jordan did well.
What did Little Jordan? He had played 45 snaps, but did he catch a touchdown? Oh wow! Miss you, Little Jordan.
In a loss, thanks to a Will Lutz missed extra point.
Right.
Yeah.
By 1 point. Yeah.
If the Saints would trade Jameis Winston to the Jets, the Jets could give the Saints Denver's 4th round pick, and then the Saints could have Denver's 2nd, 4th, and 7th round picks in next year's draft. That would be amazing. Jets, you need to trade for Jameis.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great thing about the Broncos losing is it helps our 2nd round pick. So let's keep rooting for them to lose.
You know, Andrew, last year in training camp, the media at the practices, they were hyping up the Saints secondary, right? They destroyed Green Bay in that team practice, right? And was like, oh, Devo looks amazing. The secondary is going to be amazing. And this year, like, I don't think there was as much buzz, except for Lattimore. Everybody said Lattimore was the best player in training camp all year, all summer.
Right.
But this secondary, like, it looked amazing against Tennessee. And I'm not just talking about, you could talk about the interceptions, but I saw Marcus May making tackles looking good. I saw Tyrann Mathieu looking good, making tackles. This secondary looks really good and really deep.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of veterans when you look at Tyrann Mathieu and Lattimore and Marcus May, Demario Davis, Cam Jordan. They're like, in some ways, you look at this Saints team and it's old guard, and even like Derek Carr, who's new, as the quarterback, like he's also an old guy, you know. So you look at this team and it's not necessarily new, but it feels new because Carr's the quarterback. This feels like a new era. So I'm maybe this is the wrong approach, but like I'm really trying not to have any expectations going into this season. You know, I really think that's a miss because I think if you expect the Saints to win the division and beat these teams, like it's super easy to get angry and frustrated. And I'm really trying to come into this season with a clean slate of just like an open mindset of just maybe they'll go 5-12, maybe they'll go 12-5. I really don't know, but like I'm just coming into every game hoping that they will win and watching how this all unfolds. And to watch the defense play at the level that they had this past weekend, to watch Michael Thomas come back. And I didn't really expect Michael Thomas to be anything. Honestly, I'm surprised he isn't hurt. I'm surprised he isn't hurt yet. You know?
Do you I mean, that's a good question. I mean, he had 61 yards. He had a couple of really nice catches. What's your and he was really good last year against Atlanta. He was really good against Tampa, and then he got hurt against Carolina. And it was over. Dave,
but my point is, I have no expectations on Mike Thomas.
Like
he 5 catches, 61 yards. I'm like, hell yeah. Like, I'm not under this prism of like, I need 150 catches this season from him. Like, he just gave the Saints a 5 catch, 60-yard game. And I'm like, hell yeah, you helped them win. That's great. And like, my expectations are 0. And I just feel like I'm enjoying the Saints on like a different plane this season. You know, it feels, I don't know, Dave, are you hearing me at all with this? Like, clean
it
slate?
sounds like you're taking ayahuasca.
Yeah. Are your lips supposed to tingle after doing something?
Well, I don't know. My Achilles is feeling great. My Achilles is not torn.
I think
both Achilles are completely attached.
I think you're trying to poison me. I think this blueberry.
Yeah, we got to get to 17,000. Thomas reset the bar. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's
the vibes are.
So after all that, you agree with me?
I pick up what you're laying down.
Well, Dave, maybe the renovations for the dome have like exorcised all the demons from 2017, 18, like all the disappointment. Like maybe the renovations in the dome, it's
they
gone.
dug up all those old ancient Indian.
By the way, the new dome, I was kind of blown away. Like it really does feel like you're going into a different stadium. Like, and by the way, I know
how. Go ahead.
No, I know you and Andrew, when y'all go to the game, y'all are on the bougie seats, but me and Max, we got to go with the pours. So we had to take this. They used to have like multiple escalators to get you to the 600 level. Now it's just like a giant escalator. It's like the Simpsons giant escalator to nowhere. And it was like Max, one of his highlights of the day. Like the escalator is gigantic to go up there, but it was the new stadium is nice. The concourses are wide. It's nice.
Well, I like how you can like go outside the stadium because the ticketing entrance.
Oh, that is amazing.
Or the security entrance is further outside the perimeter, so you can go out on the outer concourse. So, you know, as you walk by the openings, you can smell weed. It's everybody else is out there smoking weed now. So
no surprise,
cool.
Dave is most excited.
No, I'm not out there. I'm walking by. You can so it just wafts in from outdoors. So like the entire.
I'm just not surprised that you would mention that.
It's a game day. It was a noticeable part of my game day experience. Yeah. I do also. We did maybe get a couple of new listeners because most of the people, my season ticket holder friends who all sit around me, most of them apparently didn't know that I've been doing a podcast for the last 12 years, including Daphne and Angela, who sit behind me, my 2 favorite sisters. And Angela has requested to be on the show, which I can guarantee you would
let's get her on here.
Oh, it'll be a hit.
Kevin, you're out.
She's quite no, she doesn't need to be a regular, but she's quite a character, and she'll have some interesting.
By the way, I just want to say my hot take on this. Me and Kevin did a hot take podcast. I said the Saints would lead the NFL in takeaways. They are currently tied for second with 3. Just putting that out there.
Well, it's week 1.
I would love to have.
It became personal.
A pivot here this season, where each week we have someone new on the show that was at the game on Sunday. And it's like someone that went apeshit. You know what I mean?
Send them. They can send Thomas a video. They can send Thomas a video. Yeah.
Send us a video of you going apeshit at the Saints game, and send us the video if we like it. You're coming on the show.
Oh, Andrew, you reminded me of a great story. It's going to start off. It's not going to sound so great, but it ends fun. It ends, I think, well. I had a woman, and she fell in the stairs. She fell backwards on her back and went all the way down the stairs to the base in the terrace. And she sat up, and security's like, "Ma'am, we got to get you. You got to get to the hospital and get checked out." And she said in the most New Orleans accent possible, "Like fucking hell, I'm staying for this game. This is
over my dead body. Yeah.
This is like 30 minutes before kickoff." And she's like, "I'm not leaving." And she got up and she went back to her seat. I hope she's all right. But I was like, damn, like, cause she fell and she like, and I was like, ooh, that's gonna be bad. But she didn't leave. I mean, you wait all year.
You know that you know what they call that, Ralph? They call that having two good arms.
Oh. So final thought on the defense, Andrews. You just catch them straight.
As I just savage you.
Final
thoughts on the defense.
Dennis Allen was amazing. I thought. I thought he was always a step ahead of what 10, except for the trick play where the dude was.
Yeah, they got caught with their pants down there, but I think Dennis Allen's a good coach on the defensive side of the ball, and if you're still one of those fans that hammers on Dennis Allen, like he's 1-0, like he's starting the season off on the right foot, so. Hopefully they can go into Carolina. That's going to be a challenging game. I'm not taking that one for granted because Bryce Young is a rookie quarterback. I think there are some ways that you can take advantage of him, but that team will be challenging. But look, I think the Saints are defensive heavy for now. And if Trevor Penning and the offensive line can figure things out, I think they can become talented offensively. And so it's just about, can they improve each week?
Well, the thing is,
that's really the $1 million question. I thought the Saints, a lot of what they did Sunday was really bad, especially up front. And it was so bad, in fact, that I kind of can't believe they won.
It was.
And they won because the kicker missed no kicks. The defense played amazing. They got turnovers. They blocked a punt. Yeah, it took every fucking thing that went well for the Saints, and like if you take one of them away,
they lose.
An officiating mistake was part of that. You take any of it away, they probably lose the game because they won by 1 point, right?
Dave,
that's what I wanted to ask you guys. We didn't talk about this. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. What's his face? The coach of the Titans, Vrabel. He made a liar out of me to my son because I thought for sure on fourth down late in the fourth quarter.
Oh my God.
Down, I thought they were going to go for it. I told my son, I was like, watch this, they're going to go for it. And they trotted out the field goal unit and kicked.
Yeah, you're a fucking liar, Dave.
Dave, I was stunned.
You lied to your son. You said they were.
I know.
You lied. You lied.
Because Vrabel, even though he's a
illegal.
Even though he's the defensive guy, he's like Mr. Analytics and all that. Like that play, it basically changed their win probability by 11%. By kicking the field goal.
But I don't know. But I can see the other side of it because
he's a Titans coach and he's been in the AFC for a while, and he's like, Derek Carr is the quarterback.
I mean, first of all,
he's used to Derek Carr being on the Raiders. He's like freaking Derek.
Yeah, but
Carr.
you need.
First of all, it almost worked out for them. But two, I don't know. I can kind of see the logic. I mean, there was only one touchdown scored this entire game. Points were at a premium, and it's.
But Tennessee stunk too. Like that was as good as
I know that is.
Why were they going to get that close again?
But to your point, it's like they stunk. Like were they going to get the fourth down? Probably not. So maybe he's thinking, let's just take the damn points. I'm down here already.
I was pumped when they kicked the field goal.
I was too.
Everyone in my house, they were like, "Oh my God, they're kicking a field goal. They're not going for it." We were pumped.
Yeah, I was pumped. Like,
yeah,
it just like. I just love the Saints. I love the aggressiveness. I love the vibes around the team. Everything is going so good. Maybe it'll crash down. And that's the thing. That's the thing I was going to say. And we'll get to the game preview in a little bit. The Carolina game, we've had good vibes because they beat Green Bay. They beat Atlanta. The Green Bay game was amazing. They stomped Green Bay last year. The comeback in Atlanta was great. And then it all comes crashing down in Carolina. We'll get to that in a little bit. But I jumped the gun because I read the rundown wrong. But it's the return of Dave's baby.
Let's go.
The hotline. And by the way, we have, if you're a patron, you get access to the unedited, unfiltered version of the hotline. It's a patron perk. You should do it. So it's time, Thomas. Give us an intro. What's the theme of the hotline this week?
Way too short.
And we need more calls. We did a poor job, though. We didn't promote it. We need to remember to promote the hotline. We did a poor job of it. Usually I would have remembered, but I was at the game. I was leaving. And by the way, credit to me. I did the podcast from the back of my brother's car, the post-game show. We made Thomas stay up late night in Poland
it was fun
to record it. So Thomas, play the hotline as Dave takes a dump or whatever he's.
I pressed the wrong button.
It's time for this week's hottest takes from the Saints Happy Hour Hotline.
Hey, yo, what's up, Saints Happy Hour? This is DeAndre Hopkins. Calling say I guess I'm welcome to be joining the Saints organization after being adopted by Marshawn as my new dad. I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving where I get to meet my brother Mike. Anyway, I guess honorary who dat?
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, yes, it's Adam, the radio voice, calling you from the Eastern Shore of Maryland, and what a way to start the season with a 16-15 win over the Tennessee Titans. Was it pretty? No. Was it ugly? Yes. But a win is a win is a win, and they knocked the dust off as they got used to each other. Okay, that's a great precedent. It's a great win. It's a great thing moving forward. So awesome. Loved you guys in the off season. I think we're going to have a great season here. The Saints bought a new car. They're going to the Super Bowl. Let's go. Who dat?
What is with Dennis Allen season openers and just having these close, heart-pounding games? I'm pretty sure everyone's beats per man was at 115, which is what I'm pretty sure Olave cooked the Tennessee secondary for. What a game. 1-0. Our offensive line, man.
Well, that was an awful lot like my high school girlfriend. That was about as ugly as you can possibly imagine. But on the plus side, we won.
Oh my
we won.
God.
I didn't think we were going to win this one. I've dislocated my shoulder from punching the air. We won. Frickin' awesome. We will move on. Next week, Carolina. Whoever it is, I don't give a shit. We move on. Just leave that shit behind, please God.
A win is a win, baby. That's all that matters. 2 changes. Number 1, get Penning out of the lineup. I don't care who you put in. I guess Pete at guard, kick Hurst out to tackle. Number 1, that's number 1. Number 2, anytime we get in the red zone, taste some power, baby. Get Carr out of there before he screws us over again. Looks like his red zone woes are going to continue. Let's hope for the best, baby. 13-4 this year.
Hey, guys. Brian in Connecticut for the second time. So I've just done something. Now you got to play it, I think. But we're so on brand here. I said Chase. That's Ralph. I said Chase Daniel. Chase Daniels. Well, he's not Chase Daniel. It's Chase Hansen, who's this linebacker. So that was just Jesus Christ. This. We're so on brand here. And also the Sean Payton onside kick. Amazing. I'm so glad that we recovered the one in the 2009 Super Bowl, and it didn't go the way it went today. But just what a badass dude I miss him. Love you guys. See ya.
That was good. That wasn't that short. That was pretty good.
No, the last one was a little bit incoherent.
I think he might have been drinking.
Might have been.
He might have been.
Fine.
If you wanna hear his first call, then extended hotline.
Extended hotline.
Drinking is encouraged before you make these calls.
The extended hotline is amazing. And the thing is what we need to do, Thomas, we need to remember to promote the hotline before, during, and after the game, because the fun part of the hotline is when people call like first quarter when they're rolling or when they're struggling, and it ends up being great at the end. That's when the hotline's fun. So we did a poor job of promoting it this week. We'll do better.
The theme of this week's hotline was a win is a win. I heard that.
So put this in your cell phones. I mean, right now, you're listening to the show. We appreciate you listening. Big shout out if you're listening right now. But
while you're driving, get out your phone.
Take a second right now. And the number is area code 210-595-0818. I'll say it again. 210-595-0818. And while you're watching the game, you will get on this show. I mean, any feelings that you have, you're pissed, you're pumped. You call us. Honestly, it's better if you call us during the game. In the first quarter, we get a big first down. I'm pumped. I'm pumped. The Saints just got a big first down. I'm calling 210-595-0818. Derek Carr just threw a pick. Someone just fumbled. Kicker just missed a field goal, or an official just blew a call. Just call the number, rant, and you will be on our show.
Field, Joey, and Don have all committed to calling the hotline next week in the chat. Thanks, guys.
You bet.
And Kevin wants to know why his phone call wasn't played.
I mean, I prioritize the callers first, the fans
But
of the
here's
show.
where it gets complicated. Expectations. Again, the Saints are 1-0 now. And I feel like we should be able to beat Carolina. But you go on the road, it's an NFC South game. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, they got the double.
But I'm hopeful that they can pull this game off, but
we'll see. We'll get the game predictions in a minute. Now it's time. Saints Happy Hour viewer mailbag is brought to you by Hardhide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. You can pick up a bottle wherever fine spirits are sold in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee. To learn more and to find a location to get a bottle near you, go to hardhidestrawberrywhiskey.com. Thomas, play the finger guns.
Yeah, before I play the finger guns, let me do a quick donation update. Thanks to Romeo for donating 300 bits and to Hatchet John for 800 bits. Hatchet John is in the lead with 5,300 bits, and we are at 78% to Ralph drinking the second bottle. And also, by the way, about the hotline, you can just call if you just want to say,
Fuck you, Andre George.
That's also fine,
That's right.
That's from the hotline. That's from the hotline for those who don't know.
That's right. So Thomas, they could just call on if you just call on a Wednesday, Thursday, and it's really good, Thomas will drop it in, right?
Yeah. If you insult Dave or Andrew.
That's right. So play the finger guns. Let's get to the mailbag. Oh, and I gotta remind patrons, you got an email today. Tickets to the live show. There are only 26 seats left.
I might need you to save me a couple.
Patrons, you get 50% off tickets. Get them before they're gone, and then we're gonna start selling stand-in room only. But if you want to get a seat, get your tickets now. Just saying. Do it. You got an email today. No excuses. Thomas, what's up? First question.
All right. First question. The first question from LD. And he gives us a scenario.
Oh, I like these.
Andy Reid calls Dennis. He asks for Michael Thomas. What do we want for Thomas?
I mean, what?
Who's on their offensive line?
I mean, they got dudes, but here's I don't know. I think I'm saying no. Because it's isn't it like a $15 million cap hit, Andrew?
We want lots.
What's that?
If the Saints would trade Michael Thomas to Kansas City, it's not happening.
No, I mean the way the numbers work is he's with the Saints. He's not going anywhere.
You know what?
Period. End of story.
Andy, you should have signed DeAndre Hopkins when you had the chance, buddy.
Yep.
Good luck with Sky Moore.
Yep.
What's next, Thomas?
Yeah, that was the first one. Okay, next question.
By the way, I'm bitter about that. Kansas City cost me money Thursday.
Okay, also, remember we could have had Patrick Mahomes. Sean Payton really wanted Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
he was right there.
But they traded up.
Oh, this is a good question.
I don't know if you remember. They traded up. We couldn't have him. Okay, next question from Johnny V. What is more impressive work by Loomis? Getting a pick for...
I'm not a big fish guy.
Or lots.
It's a good question.
I have the perfect answer to this question. I've been thinking about this a lot. Both players have contributed some to the Saints. They were disappointing in their own ways. We were able to get draft picks for them. My answer is yes.
What did Troutman contribute to besides phone calls to the hotline of angry people?
Yeah, I guess the answer is Troutman. Although Lutz came back from mesh surgery.
Yeah.
And they got a pick for him.
They got
after all these off-season moves, and I don't know, after week 1, after Denver and Saints, I feel like there's a non-zero chance that like Peyton and Loomis are in cahoots, and Peyton has been sent to Denver, or this is like an inside job, and he's going to be in Denver for a year or two. He makes these moves with Mickey. He helps Mickey unload all this trash, get the Saints assets for stuff. He lets the Saints get build up assets, get themselves out of their situation, and then the Saints bring Peyton back. I'm just saying, like a non-zero chance.
It's
that Loomis and Peyton are working on an inside.
I think
the call is coming from inside the house.
I think it's more impressive that Mickey Loomis got a pick for the worst kicker in the NFL. The Saints got a 7th round pick for the worst kicker in the NFL in 2022
from Sean Payton's team.
That's
what I'm saying. Like it's so crazy that actually happened. That I'm saying where there's smoke, there's fire. That and Troutman together, getting anything for either of them is suspect. No other coach in this league would have done that, which leads me to believe something is going on between Loomis and Peyton. Non-zero chance.
Daniel says W, Ralph. That's right.
I'm aroused.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. What's next, Thomas?
Okay, before next question, Kuwait donation update. Thanks to Archmage for 400 bits and to Budrich for 100 bits with long donation message. Michael Thomas contract hits are as follow: 12 million dead money this year, saving a little over $1 million, and then 18 million next year. Michael Thomas is under contract after 2024.
If you come, you best come home.
Yeah, I think that contract voids. I think that $18 million. If he'll be a free agent in March, and let the Saints like extend him, I think that $18 million hit it's baked in. It's like Jameis.
You're just playing random sound effects.
God, I hate to hear that. I hate to hear that.
By the way, we need
fun, Andrew?
We need 3,500 more bits to get. What's his name?
Where's Mr. Juge? Where's Mr. Juge?
I went through everybody's name in my head before I got to. I was like Andrew, Kevin, Ralph. And we're recording. Look, don't think that we're getting close to the end of this main show here, but Ralph and I are recording another mailbag podcast after this. And if you want a silly, goofy, drunk ass Ralph, let's go. Here we go.
Suck on this, bitch.
I think I have you recorded, Andrew, when you said you didn't like the idea of the soundboard.
I was wrong.
I said that.
You recorded that wrong.
I love the idea of the sound. I love the idea of the soundboard. I was wrong. That was like the only thing I was more wrong about was Russell Wilson still being good. All right, it's time for the game preview and picks.
Next question, man. Next question.
Oh, we got more questions. How many questions we got?
And thanks to Archmage again for 400 bigs. He said, "Silly drunk Ralph, let's go."
He's already close. Come on, we can put him over the edge.
This blueberry thing.
You're gonna want to hear this mailbag episode.
What's next, Thomas?
Next question from Nolai Fredo. Given that Dave and Juge both picked the Saints to lose this game, speaking of predictions, should they not also have to drink some horrid alcoholic beverage to pay for their sin?
No, I'm already doing this podcast, Nola Fredo. Isn't that punishment enough?
They should. And by the way, nothing infuriates people on YouTube more than us picking against the Saints. They're like, you're a Saints podcast and you're picking against the Saints. It infuriates
I will drink.
people.
I just want to say for the record, I will drink garbage. I will do it. So send me shit to my house
And you will drink
and I will drink it. Similar to what you're sending to Ralph. If you send it to my house, I'll drink it.
I won't. And if you want to
That's my promise
that one
to you.
more notch, if you want to make that one more notch for me on the bouge meter, so be it. I'll take it.
Ooh, Dave's too.
So that means that I'm below you on the bouge meter.
You're too good to drink blueberry Irish cream from.
I'll drink blueberry Irish cream from 1986. I will do it. I will freaking do it.
This is the reason I never joined a fraternity, was because I wasn't going to be told what to drink and when to drink and how much to drink.
Bitch.
No, because I am my own boss. Nobody tells me what to do. Damn it!
I'm a boss.
2,000 square foot shop.
Freaking Pike. Of course, you're trying to guilt all of us into drinking.
Because
hard
I'm a
liquors.
small 2,000 square foot shop.
An excessive amount. Please, Thomas, can he be muted with that soundboard? Can we take the
Thomas, what's next?
That was me, but okay.
What's next?
Okay, final question of the show.
Can you self mutilate yourself?
No, but I can mute you. Okay, next question from Badrich. What level of shenanigans was the no fumble on Carr? Would that be at?
That's top of the pyramid shenanigans. Top of the pyramid shenanigans, Budrich.
I don't understand the question.
Budrich created a shenanigans pyramid, and it's like,
what happened to him?
Andrew had enough.
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, unfortunately.
You messed up your webcam.
So Budrich created like a shenanigans pyramid where good shenanigans, bad shenanigans, where like the no call, Minnesota Miracle are really high on the shenanigans pyramid.
Right.
The Atlanta comeback, like the shenanigans. And I think the Carr, like the no fumble is high on this. Like Andrew, like what could be more shenanigans than that?
Well, now wait a minute. Ralph, you were at the game, and I don't know if you rewatched the game. I did not rewatch the game. I thought when I watched the replay, and I thought that they were going to call that a fumble.
Oh, I was.
Yeah, I agree. That is
a fumble.
Not only could I not believe they didn't call it a fumble in the field of play, but it's like the refs are taught to let the play go and let the dude run it back for a touchdown. Right. And then if you decide that it's a forward pass,
right.
Let replay dictate that, like, oh, yeah, we missed that call and it should have been a forward pass, should have been incomplete. So I can't believe that from the get-go that they didn't just let it play out, let the dude run it back for a touchdown, and then say, okay, let's go to the replay booth. So, but they blew the whistle, so obviously the play was done. And so from there, it's like, okay, once you rewatch the replay, I was expecting he recovers it at the 7. He ends up taking it all the way to the house, but the Titans are getting the ball at the 7.
Yeah, that's
right, because he gets hit,
right,
and then he kind of shot puts it, but the ball is out. But like clearly the ball
his hand was empty
as he gets hit, and he kind of shot puts it, and so then the ball gets picked up at the 7, and I'm expecting Titans ball 1st and 10 from their own 7, and they're like incomplete pass.
Yeah, I was stunned. I thought it was taking so long because they were trying to figure out where to spot the ball.
I can't think of a play or a time where the Saints got a more favorable call ever.
I would pay $1,000 for that letter that Vrabel's going to get on like Wednesday, Thursday.
Ralph, I mean, you've been a Saints fan for a long time. Serious question. Can you think of a call that the Saints have had that was more egregiously in their favor?
I mean, I'm really hard. I'm really hard pressed.
Yeah. I mean, they blew it. I can't believe not only did they blow the call, but they blew it on review.
Yeah. I mean,
shocking.
I mean, I can remember calls going in there. Maybe didn't they have a play against the Vikings in the NFC Championship game where like the spot was bad on the 4th down and they gave them the 4th down? Like that was.
Well, they got. Oh, you're talking about the Pierre Thomas fumble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was pretty egregious, but that's still like kind of questionable. This was that one you can at least argue. This one, Dave. No, that's what Thomas is talking about. Like the Budridge pyramid of shenanigans. Like you got level 1 Saints defense versus Lions, Kamara 6 touchdowns. Trevor Siemian filling in a quarterback and winning is level 5. Level 4 special teams, Taysom bullshit. Level 5, the buttception. Level 6, Traquan Smith versus the Eagles. Level 7, Russell Ersklavin throwing touchdowns. Level 8, opponent kicker shanking a 29-yard field goal. That's like the Cleveland Browns game, 2018. That's massive shenanigans. Level 9, power outage in the Superdome. Level 10, opponent catching the plague before the game. I think the Carr no fumbles level 10, Dave. Yeah, it's level 10.
No. Wait, zoom in again, Thomas. Let me see this. I would say it's enhance.
The Saints 100% lose that football game. If
I'm going to say
they call that play correctly.
I'm going to say buttception. It's level 5. Similar to buttception.
I'll say 6.
No.
Big Irv says shenanigans or Benanigans. All right. So, Thomas, that was the last question, right?
That's correct, Ralphie.
So now, we got to get to game preview and picks, and y'all are running out of time for me to have to drink the mead, the drink of High Kings of Ireland. That sounds.
The drink of High King of Ireland.
That sounds freaking terrible. They're playing Carolina.
The sun never sets on the Jewish Empire.
The Saints, I believe, are a 2.5-point favorite.
First, let's go over the results from last week, Ralph.
Oh, yeah.
If we may.
Do we have to?
We do. We have to look at your,
horrible
look
picks.
At me.
I like this. I like this graphic where it shows everybody where they get their points. I like this.
Oh, wow.
Kevin kicking ass here.
Yeah,
right.
Ralph and Kevin got 1 point for predicting the Saints to win. Andrew gets -2 points because Jamal Williams was the worst of all the fantasy players that you picked. Dave gets 0.
Wait, what? I didn't pick Jamal Williams. What are you talking about?
You did.
What?
Yeah. Who did you pick?
I think you did pick Jamal Williams.
I think you did. How come I only get a point for Groupie? He made 3 kicks, including a 50-yarder.
He got 12 fantasy points, man. Olave was better. Olave got Kevin plus 2 points.
At no point did I ever pick Jamal Williams. I don't know what
This is a screenshot, man. This is a screenshot from last week. Are you arguing with me?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
I'm pretty sure
you want me to take away your points? Even more
now, wait
points?
a minute, Thomas.
You can't take away any points. I'm already at 0.
He can make you.
Hold on. Wait, Thomas. I do want to add 1 point of defense for Ralph because, I mean, yes, you are correct. Blake Groupie only has 12 points fantasy, and Olave has 19.2.
Yeah.
However, I mean, Blake Groupie is a kicker. Like 12 points for a kicker.
It doesn't matter, man. He should have just saved him for later this season.
All right,
That's bad strategy, man.
Okay.
Ralph,
Dave would say. Thomas's decisions are capricious. And not backed by Polish law, and I don't accept them. So let's go. Let's do this game. Thomas, am I going first? Who's going first?
Kevin's going first because he's not here. So
okay. When do we pick our fantasy player? When do we pick the player again?
Just wait for your pick, man.
But I didn't give you.
You don't do it.
You don't have to. You do it during the show.
Oh, shit.
So what did Kevin
By the way,
pick?
with the points, Kevin is in the lead with 3 points. Ralph in second place, 2 points. Dave has 0, and Andrew has -2 because he picked Jamal Williams.
Andrew's going back.
I mean, I feel like Jamal Williams iced the game with that run at the end. I know he fumbled, but he fell on top of it. So I feel like that's -1. I feel like -2 is too harsh.
That's right.
No -2. You have to pick better, man. You can't pick the worst.
All right. So
he iced the game.
What did Kevin pick?
The Juge Empire is wrong on this one, man. There's no Juge Empire during the game picks. Let me remind you that you lost last season, Andrew.
All right, I'm going to get more drink while Andrew goes.
So
thought you were doing Kevin.
Yeah.
So Kevin picked the Saints 27-14, and his fantasy player of the game is gonna be Michael Thomas.
Ooh, going big.
So you guys cannot pick Michael Thomas. Yeah.
All right. So
my turn.
Is it Andrew's turn?
Yeah, you can be second.
Go ahead.
I can allow it. As a consolation prize.
Go.
Andrew.
Okay. I'm picking the Saints to win this week. What did I pick? 24-20? Was that the pick I made?
24-17.
17, yeah. I think the Saints are going to take care of business. I think they're going to play more tight end sets, given the reality of, just trying to protect Penning and, all the things that they have to be at. NFC South, you're on the road. You got to be more careful about protection. So I'm going Taysom Hill.
Ooh.
Taysom Hill's my guy.
Interesting.
No Life Radio says in the chat, the Juge Empire is falling to the Sean Orleans horde.
Man,
Taysom Hill's my guy. He was quiet. I think he had 3 carries for 4 yards.
3 carries. That's correct.
I think he's going to get more involved in the game plan.
Thing is, though, we're burning big names early, Juge, because you can't use guys again. All right, so Dave's going, so I'll go. I actually
last weeks of the season are gonna be fun.
It's gonna be just desperation time.
It's gonna be like, hey, my guy got 2 points, I won.
I rewatched Panthers Falcons on YouTube today, and if you didn't watch the Falcons Panthers game, you're probably like, oh, the Panthers are terrible, they're the worst team in the league. Dude, they were winning that game 10-7, had the ball. They were running the ball down Atlanta's throat. And then Frank Reich, for whatever reason, is like, hey, I'm going to throw 3 deep passes. And it all went to crap. They fumbled. Bryce Young, he threw another pick. Like, they outgained Atlanta by 60 yards. Desmond Ridder, he completed a bunch of passes, but he really only made 1 good throw the entire week. Carolina is a good team. And I think, and I told Andrew this today, I think the Saints are going to be the team all year that wins games really ugly against this really, really easy schedule. And it's going to infuriate the nerds because the nerds want the Saints to lose so they can say, I told you so. Loomis Cat Magic doesn't work. The Saints are going to go 8-9, 9-8, whatever. It's not worth it what they're doing. Their future is ruined. The Saints are going to be like 12-4, 13-5, 13-4, but they're going to win a ton of these ugly games against these supposedly bad teams. It's another one of those. Thomas, I forgot my score, but it's really low and it's really ugly.
As always, really low.
What was my score?
23-16.
23-16 Saints. 23-16 Saints. I don't know if this guy qualifies as using a big gun early in the year, but I'm going Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham's going to score a touchdown.
It's like a mid-tier.
So 23-16 Saints, Jimmy Graham for a touchdown. Dave, thanks for coming back. Give us your pick.
You're welcome.
We're running out of time, kids. Do you want me to drink the mead or not?
They do.
Yes, 3,000. That's it. We're in. Cajun Sands. Drop the bomb.
Oh, wow. God,
should I? Let me give my pick, and then we'll do that. Okay, so we're all kind of in the same range here. I think that the Panthers are not as good as Ralph said, but so I went with Saints winning. I'm going to say 28-10 though, larger margin of victory.
We got to mix it up. I don't like it when we all pick the Saints.
Yeah, sorry.
Bad juju.
And for my player, I'm going to go with Jamal Williams. I want to take him while Alvin Kamara is still out, and hopefully he'll
guy with the best photo.
He won't have to go up against an
I love his
defensive line.
photo.
Yeah.
Pour the mead into the shot glass. The Malta boot. This is ugh. It smells like honey, so it's not bad. I'm scared of it because I've never heard until Nikolai started giving us mead, I never had heard of it. So I'm scared of it. But here we go.
What does it smell like? Does it smell sweet?
It smells sweet. It smells like honey. It does smell like what you said it would smell like. So I'm not as scared of that as I am the blueberry Irish cream. Like I was Cajun Sand says, guess I need to show up on time. So here we go. Oh, that is a.
What did it taste like?
It tasted like honey, but then it tasted. You ever eat like a bad vegetable, like that's gone bad, like a bad tomato?
No,
or
never.
like a.
I don't
or
think
like
so. I can't.
Like
can't
a
say
bad,
that I have.
like a
small f***ing baby.
Like you ever eat an apple and it looks okay, but you're like, I should have thrown this away. Like it looked okay, but it wasn't.
Oh, Eli Apple.
It was bad. It was bad. Like the finish was and it makes me almost want to vomit. It does, and it burned, and surprisingly, it's burning. I didn't like.
That's what she said.
Cajun Sans said Ralph is acting. I bet he really liked that.
No. And Cajun Sands, I can prove it to you.
He's chugging his hard whiskey to chase it.
Because I gotta chase it down with a quality product like hard whiskey. So Thomas, wrap up MVP. Give us the final tally.
Yeah, fantastic show. Tons of support. 9 weeks in a row. And by the way, guys, we have a new rule. If we reach this, starting with this season of MVP, if we reach 4 times in a row the MVP, then we'll do a live mailbag on Twitch right after the show, where you can ask questions.
We'll do a mailbag live.
That's true. So thanks to the Wicker Man, the Chef Colin, to Badrich, to Romeo, to Hudat Golfer, to Arkmich, to Cajun Sands, to Cookduk, 2nd place, and the MVP, which is Hatchet John with 53.
Wow, Hatchet John, thank you.
100 bits. That man never disappoints.
By the way, thanks to all the patrons who joined our Saints Happy Hour Pick'em League, where we pick 5 games every week against the spread, and the winner gets a little bit of money. And I am in first place. I have 6 points.
God, I hate to hear that. I hate to hear that.
So, thanks to everybody for listening and supporting the Saints Happy Hour. And please go to saintshappyhour.com, become a patron, and support the show. We can't do it without you guys. Like I told the Chris and Ryan and the patrons that I saw in the airport, like we can't do it without you guys. Like if you didn't support the show, we wouldn't do a live. Me and Andrew wouldn't have done a podcast after the Saints game because we wouldn't have had Thomas to produce the show. And like we can't do this without you guys. So thanks for supporting the show. You make it happen. Thanks to Dave. Thanks to Kevin. Thanks to Kevin. No, fuck Kevin. He's not fuck Kevin. He's not here. Andrew.
Kevin was in the chat.
He was. It still doesn't count. And Thomas, the best producer in the world, running the show back in Poland. Remember, kids, if you're going to support a Saints podcast, support the one that wins awards. Until next time, the bar is closed.